Hello, mi gente. Welcome back to another video. Today, I decided to change things up because, let's be honest, you guys don't want to just watch Naruto Storm every day. So let's talk about My Hero All's Justice. Now, I went on My Hero Wants Justice 2, recorded some matches to have in the background. And you guys know, I normally don't do post-commentary stuff. Usually what I do is live commentary as I'm playing actively. I try to kind of talk about what I want to talk about. But I felt like, making a post commentary on this is a lot easier. It's a lot better. I can organize my thoughts a little better as well. So let's talk about it. All's Justice. Everybody got hyped for the trailer. At least everybody that's a fan of the franchise got really hyped for the trailer. They showcased the story mode, which I think was a very nice way of letting people know that they're actually going to do cutscenes this time around, actually go through the story mode for the final arc of the story and do cutscenes. Because if you guys don't remember, for both games in the past, it was pretty much like anime screenshots. That's all you got essentially. Yeah, there were some cutscenes for My Hero Wants Justice 2, but there weren't very many of them. Is the point. So I hope that for Us Justice, we actually have like a fleshed out story mode with actual cutscenes to kind of go through the story. And it's just, it's a little more digestible that way than doing the whole still images. Like, I really don't like when anime games do that. It feels cheap, it feels lazy, and it kind of adds to the whole negative stigma that these games usually have, where like they just don't feel like they gave enough care and attention to it for people to want to buy it. So I'm glad that they did that for story mode. Now, in that trailer, they did show multiple things that gave us a little bit of confirmation on things that we wanted just for a long time, right? So first of all, they did say that we're going to have the entire Class 1A playable. So if you guys don't remember, that includes characters like Koda, Ojiro, what's that tape guy, Seto, Shoji. I think the other guy's name is Sugar Man, right? That's his hero name, but his real name is like Sato or something. Characters like that. And then of course you got the invisible girl, Hagakure. Those characters, like, they all have unique quirks, or at least most of them do. But I'd imagine characters like Seto would work a lot like Aizawa and Shinso, where Aizawa has the thing that binds you and then Shinso has the Spider-Man web swinging. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much what Seto's gonna do, so he's not that unique. But Koda being able to kind of like, control animals and stuff, I think it'll be very interesting to see how they implement that into his playstyle. As well as characters like, Hagakure. Hagakure is just an invisible girl that can refract light, right? So I'm sure with her, she's gonna have like a lot of stunning moves that allow her to then come in and do combos. But in general, I think the reason why I'm so excited for these characters specifically is because their quirks are not really all that great when you think about it. But when you try to implement that into a fighting game, it allows for creativity to kind of really shine through, And I think that's what I want to see the most, just the creativity. How do they make this character fun? How do they make this character work in this kind of setting, So that's what I'm excited for. And of course, you can't forget my boy. I want Armored All Might. Don't make that a story mode only thing, please. That's all I'm saying. I'm pretty sure it's most likely going to be playable, but please don't play with my heart. Please just allow him to be playable. The other thing that they actually gave us, and look, because they did give us information after the trailer, that awakening, dude, that awakening option, it's to be expected. I mean, a lot of games have it nowadays, and hell yeah, your attacks are gonna be more powerful. You're gonna do crazier things once you're in this state. But honestly, I just hope they find a way to balance it without making that shit like too oppressing. Because a lot of these anime games have that issue of making awakening a feature to, like, it's like a comeback feature. I get it, but at the same time, certain characters have it, and it's just too oppressive for you to do anything against it. So I hope they find like a nice medium between giving you a little bit of a boost for you to maybe come back, and making it to where it's not entirely oppressing to the point where you're almost guaranteed to just pull off a clutch every time you do it. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I want like a little sweet spot there to just make it actually balanced. Now, the one thing that I'm gonna just kind of try to talk about here is just things I want to see in the game. Okay, You guys can give me your things in the comment section, but I'm gonna end the video off just letting you guys know what I want from the game, okay? So the first thing, and it is something that everybody in their mama has complained about, is the floatiness. We need to remove some of that, okay? Because I went back to Once Justice 2 to record this video, and dude, that floatiness is incredibly irksome. Like, it actually just bothers you to a huge extent. So I kind of understand that most of the people that didn't get the game because of the floatiness, I kind of understand them better now. Because when you are playing this game and you're an avid player, you kind of get used to the floatiness, right? Like, it's not something that bothers you as much. But once you stop playing the game for a while and you come back to it, it's pronounced. Like, you notice the floatiness to a huge degree. So I can understand why the more casual people were not willing to throw down $70, $60 for the game. You know what I mean? So I hope that they kind of go a different direction and really fix that floatiness, because we need more players for this kind of games. Yeah, the first one was successful. The second one was successful enough to get sequels, but I just want there to be more players for this one, okay? That's what I'm saying. Now, the other thing that kind of bothers me, and they announced this on their actual website, on the Bandai website, if you go to the Os Justice tab, they actually do confirm that offline and online is only going to be 1 to 2 players, meaning there's not going to be any lobbies, there's not going to be any endless, any King of the Hill, no tournament mode. Now look, we're all sick and tired of asking for this, right? Like spectator mode and lobbies and stuff. It's a very basic feature. I don't think we need to go an entire game franchise where we don't have it. I think it's a little silly for us to be asking for this for close to a decade now and still not getting it. I don't understand why that's not possible. And look, the game doesn't have a set release date yet. Please, man, please, I don't know, change your mind on that. Please give us lobbies. Give us a way to play with multiple people. Because the thing is, community is a big factor to these online games. And I don't think that developers understand this as much as they need to. We've been kind of screaming it from the top of our lungs for years now. So it's not that difficult. Give it to us and allow us to just make the game more friendly to play with the community. You know what I'm saying? Make it more welcoming to invite people. That's all I'm saying. That's all I would like. Now, for the next thing that I really want them to do is simply give us more crossplay. You know, I think Bandai Namco specifically has been very good at giving us crossplay in these past few games that they've been releasing. Gekishin Squadra has crossplay. They have My Hero to Rumble with crossplay. And I think that the next step here is for Os Justice to have crossplay. Again, it's a longevity thing. If there's 5,000 people on Steam and 20,000 on PlayStation, they can all play together. Just allow people to really have a big enough pool of people that they can play. And it just makes the entire longevity of the game better for everybody. You can find matches easier. You don't have to worry about being stuck to one console. And I do feel bad because I know there's going to be people that buy this on Xbox. And here's the thing. You don't buy anime games on Xbox, period, point blank. I don't care how much of a fan of Xbox you are. You never get it on the Xbox. You get it on any other platform, just not Xbox. Usually, they just do not care about that version of the game. And it ends up having issues. And even if it doesn't have issues, it has the least amount of players. And it's a big problem. So just avoid that entirely. And please, that crossplay, allow us to have that. That would be amazing. I think that's all I really want, honestly. Of course, if other things come to mind, I'll make sure to drop it here in the comment section while I talk to you guys. Let me know specifically what you think about Os Justice and what do you want to see about the game that would really allow you to enjoy it to its full potential. Because for me, just those things I mentioned, it's enough. I think it'll allow me to do something with it to where I can enjoy it for a long period of time, as opposed to just enjoying it for a few months and then dropping it entirely. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care.